this year. So I'm Colin Johnson, a senior. This is Jen Weiss, a junior. We both co-opted at Collins Aerospace, which is pretty relevant. But we are presenting the Quilts Valley for this year, which is a service project that Jamie, the house person, started a couple years ago, in which we make homemade quilts and we give to service members who have served in the armed forces, military, and so on. So last year, for example, we gave the awards to the quilts to Hunter Scott, Kyle Karsten, and Jen Ashley. Yes, thank you, Jen. So this year, our first recipient of the one quilts voucher is, I'm so sorry, I forgot his name.
On the computer?
Aaron McAndrews, who is in Fort Bennings, Georgia, currently. So yeah, we got a video. He wasn't able to make it, but here's a video that he sent to us.
My name is Aaron McAndrews, and I was the 2019 Plus Minds here at Iowa State. So first of all, I just want to say how thankful I am and how honored I am that you guys chose to award your Quilt of Valor to me. So I know this is something amazing that you guys do for our veterans, and I know that you all took time out of your day to help build this quilt, and I'm just extremely honored to be awarded this. I know that time is one thing, and in college that you always wish that you had more of, so the fact that you guys give your time to help build these quilts for our veterans is incredible. So for those of you who don't know, I currently serve as an Army Ranger instructor down on Fort Benning. So I came to Iowa State in 2019. My college career had already started elsewhere along with my military service. So came in at 21 years old, and I think when I came in, I was looking for something a little bit different in an organization for fraternity to join. And so when I came across FarmHouse and saw how committed you all were to personal growth and growth within brotherhood using that fourfold every week, that's how I knew that this is where I needed to be. That FarmHouse was going to make me the best student and the best man and brother that I could be. So something that really sticks out to me and something that I bragged everyone about our fraternity is, like I said, using that fourfold. So you guys take that, you guys commit when you join FarmHouse to improve yourself using that fourfold development every week. And don't stop using this once you leave. You know, FarmHouse, we talked about how we build men, because whether you realize it or not, are also being built into a leader. Whether you go into the military, whether you continue on as many of you are as engineers, as businessmen, FarmHouse builds you into a better man, but it also helps you to be a leader. So never stop improving yourself or using this fourfold once you leave and you finish your time at Iowa State. Now, something else this fourfold will help you with is, if you use this when you leave, make sure you also add a fifth thing. Make sure that even when you leave FarmHouse and you're no longer required to get community service hours, you always continue to give back. Like I said, they help build you into a great man, but they're also making you a leader. So no matter where you go or what role you hold in your community, always make sure that you guys use your time to give back. Like I said, the FarmHouse itself, and using the personal development, that fourfold, as well as how you develop within your fraternity and your brotherhood, it's directly helped me move into now, instead of building men, I build Rangers. So wherever you guys go, continue to use this fourfold to help develop yourselves, make you guys to the best man and brother that you can be, as well as, you know, we say at the end of every chapter, best the lives of other men. It starts from within. So when the job's all done, the judge will say, a master builder passed this way. So always continue to improve your guys' communities wherever you guys go after your time at Iowa State, and continue to be leaders. Happy Founders Day.
All right.
hopefully everything will be smooth the rest of the way out here. So we're very fortunate and lucky to have our next Cult Founders be in person, Mr. Greenberg, who I've had the privilege of knowing for a long time, which I'll talk about later. A little bit about Dan. Dan graduated back in Iowa State here in 1995 with an electrical engineering degree. And a short after graduation, Dan was designated the Naval Rookie of the Year in 1997. And from there, Dan went on to have a very successful career, winning numerous awards and accomplishments and achievements, including over 3,600 flight hours and 200 tow hours. He won the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal, the Air Force Aerial Achievement Medal, the Navy Commendation Medal, the Navy Achievement Medal, and the Combat Action Ribbon for terrorist attacks against the USS Secure Selection Georgia. Now, after a long, successful career, Dan returned here to ISU's alma mater to be an adjunct professor for naval science and assisting the Navy ROTC program here at Iowa State for 10 years. In 2019, Dan moved to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Right now, currently works for Collins Aerospace in a strategy role, where he works on everything from unmanned drones to nuclear command and control. And so, I was talking to Dan earlier, and he was in the house when my dad was in the house. And it was, as you were talking about the multi-generational cool things within Farmhouse, and I just thought it was so cool. Dan brought his Bible, and he had to know that my dad, Steve, Andy's dad, gave him. Just nothing can bond over. So we're a builder fan, and just like seeing that they wanted to help you see what's most important in life. Like that was encouraging for me. So please, actually, just give a shout out, Dan. Thank you for your example of Farmhouse Man. Please welcome to the stage.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to be here and accept this cult of honor. It's more amazing than I was first told about this. Hey, can you come here and give a few words about what Farmhouse means to you? But it's so much more than that. And the words that Aaron had, I really don't need to see anything else, right? It's pretty fantastic. So the words that Aaron said, I would just like to, say that he nailed it, right? All the things that we've learned, all the things we've done here in Farmhouse, we all have these just immense memories of what it takes to create a builder of men. And, and all these living legacies around us. It's just awesome. I look around the room and I look at these faces. It's so familiar how to, cats I went through the house with, but they're sons. And, for one of my first stories, Jed kind of stole some of my thunder. But if it wasn't for Russ, his dad, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you. I can tell you that I was one of those guys not smart enough to be in this house. So when I had problems in calculus, electrical engineering, I would go to Russ. And here's this guy that just time and time again was so sacrificial for me. This chunk, right? He came in, underclassmen, trying to get through school, and I'd be like, Russ, can you help me again? And never one time did he say, I'm too busy. He's a 3.9 something GPA guy like all the rest of you. And, it's just amazing that every single time down in the blue room, he would break out the calculus books and say, this is how you do it. And never once pause and say, come on, get out of here, underclassmen. But that's who we are. And it's who we're taught by the men in Farmhouse. It's just such an incredible legacy. And coming back after 30 years at age, come back and saw Russ and got to meet him again in person and thank him again. And it's so amazing. The guy holds like 50 patents. It's just, one of those guys. It's just fantastic. We all have a thing. He's definitely got his. And so to be able to see him meet all these sons is so special to me. But anyway, I was going to have a long talk about the military because I've done a bunch of fun stuff. But due to the fact we're in the basement and, maybe hit by a storm, possibly a tornado, I'm going to try to keep it a little shorter. And that's based on Abigail's advice. So first off, I want to introduce my family because I'm talking about, the cult of honor and sacrifice for veterans. It's really about the military family. And they're the ones that sacrifice. We're out there doing our thing. And to be honest, someone was really like it. I used to go out in the aircraft carrier and stand out in the bow after getting underway and look out the top of that ship. And I'm like, this is the best. I just loved it. But I tried to shuffle away from loneliness. But it was really good. And I know those guys. I think Cal said this last year.
Colin Carson's the other guy that I sat in front of us, the little builder, and he was telling me about what it was like to be in the Navy as a pilot, Navy. I'm like, I want to be that guy. So just example after example after example of leadership in this house is so incredible. So real quick, my family. I have 5 kids. I brought 2 who has got a book. So Abigail will go first because she's the one that told me to keep it short because that'll make it fun. So I'll try to stay very close. Abigail, stand up. Be ready to round of applause. Angela, my beautiful wife, thank you for being here supporting all these years. Lizzie, thank you so much for putting up with me. I have another daughter, Samantha, that's a dietitian, working in Nevada. Another kid that is in Kellogg, Iowa, Central. I'm trying to get him here. He's really a wonderful child. Another son that's a professional disc golfer, if you can believe it. One disc golfer in Iowa, of all things, and other places. And then I have Shark Bait too, another dog I was going to mention you too. So anyway, it's an amazing family, tons of fun, and it's been quite the journey. So Nish is going to come up here. You talk about how, I've been on fire, I've crashed an airplane, I've been hauled out by life flight, I've lost a lot of my friends. And so that's kind of the tough part. And so I thought I'd leave that behind, right? And just know that it's been 30 years, it's been wonderful years. And it was a chance for me to do this service and sacrifice that FarmHouse taught me. So it's one of those things that, God has blessed me in so many ways, as you can see up here, in the lives of my children, the lives of people who get to affect them. And the other thing I want to say about that is the butterfly effect, that when we go about our lives, in the mindset that we're here to help each other and help our fellow man, that is the thing that is just, it's growing. As I get to see these guys grow and matriculate, and they show up and they're like, hey, what's the next stage of my life? And you can help mentor. It's just amazing. So, a couple things I want to hit real quick, and then I'll get off the stage. That I'm going to mention D. Howard Young, because as the founder of FarmHouse, back in the day, listen to those interviews from the 70s, right? He talks about, he walked around with such pride, what they did on the campus in Missouri about, hey, we're farmhousers, and this is who we are. And it seems like this campus at Iowa State walks around with more pride than probably any other farmhouse fraternity. And I truly believe that. It's because of how we grow the men here. So with that, I would say that I am so proud of you. I just wanted to say that it's been such a journey, from the 90s on, as an older man in this house. Now, and oh, by the way, I'm still amazed at the new house, how I can turn on the lights in the bathroom and they still work. So I don't know what it is. It's like the lights actually work in this house. I love it. I used to sleep in the snow. And then part of the legacy that we talked about, I just think it's so neat as we go about our lives giving. And I have the opportunity to serve on the Alumni Association Board of Directors. But it's because, again, of FarmHouse men that said, hey, you should be doing this. And got to follow the footsteps of Dwayne Vandercroll, who was like, superstar. And then there was Tim Becker, superstar. He's like, hey, Dan. I was like, hey, I'm not a superstar, but I'll try to serve. Right? I'll try to do the best I can. And now Chad Harris is also board of directors. So it's just this amazing legacy that we continue to have here. And the final thing I want to talk about, it's a little bit about sacrifice and service, but I brought this, and it's always fun, to see your players' battles, right? And you guys still do this? Yeah. Awesome. So, guys like Wayne Wolf, another engineer, I pledged that, keep me honest, best he could, and then everybody else on here. But when I talk about service and sacrifice, I mean, our house mom, Jenny, she sacrificed every day for us. It's just like Jamie doing this for me. It's an amazing amount of sacrifice. And you look at all the other alumni, and directors, and all the actives, and I was just amazed how there were so many people that formed in my life here. And so I wanted to thank them for their service and their sacrifice. And then kind of on a final note, you mentioned it earlier, but as honest as I can be, there was, as I was going through college, doing the best I can. There might be a little bit of shenanigans. She knows me. Even my 6-year-old daughter. So, I was turning 21 in the house and having a really good time. And I had the Christian men of Farmhouse sit me down. And we had, several talks. And it's amazing how influential that was in the entire rest of my life. I got to do all these amazing things. But the men of Farmhouse sat me down and they got this Bible holding in my hands. And they put it on my desk and didn't tell me. And I woke up to my shenanigans. And that note that he was talking about, has been this Bible for over 30 years. A super well-worn Bible that I've carried with me every place I've gone, every ship that I've been on, flying off with all these different aircraft carriers, amphibians, etc. But the Bible's like held dear in my heart the entire time. And they put this on my desk, and they all wrote verses. Steve wrote verses for me in here. And I'll read some of the names. Russ Wise, Jason Lang, and I'm probably familiar to a lot of you in this room. Steve Schmidt, Doug Bean, George Selber, Mike Van Houweling, Mike Marty, and Brian Burnett. And they took the time to pull a guy like me aside and said, hey, you need to be a leader of men. And you may not be doing it right now. But what it did is it aligned me. So to you guys, make sure you take a chance to align your brother and tell them, it's time to get your stuff straight. And that really changed my life. And since then, I've been able to, have a wonderful family. I've led a Bible study on all my 36 moves. I've had like a Bible study group that we've learned and grown, as a group. And I just think that was so special in my life. So, Farmhouse, thank you. I love you, and thank you so much for the book.
I think that's my new favorite part of Founders Day, that presentation. But I also like this part. So we get to awards and scholarships this year. And year over year, we're able to give out more and more gifts. Really appreciate all the donors, all your guys' support. It's incredible how much it's grown over the past 10 years since I've been in the house. Over the years, the men who have called Farmhouse home have sought to give back to this fraternity that has provided the structure of the well-grounded, fourfold vision of life. They have done this to continue the Farmhouse tradition of providing opportunities for current and future Farmhouse leaders. The individuals whom these scholarships honor are examples of building the Farmhouse tradition. These scholarships stand not only as an exemplary Farmhouse model of helping others achieve their goals, but also serve to encourage and aid members in their academic and professional pursuits. The following scholarships will be for this next academic year. The 2022-2023 Scholarship Selection Committee consisted of Dan Johnson, Ken Ashley, Randy Hertz, Dr. Stephen Lonergan, and Joe Waters. The review criteria is based on scholastic achievement, leadership potential, financial need, and the demonstration of Farmhouse values. The committee was able to, the committee would also like to thank all the donors who made this scholarship program possible. This year we have over $80,000 worth of scholarship funds. With that being said, So yeah, we'll start out with the presentation. The first scholarship that we have to give out is the J.C. and Barry Holbrook Scholarship. This scholarship is funded through the ISU Foundation. Applicants must be enrolled in at least their third semester at ISU and be an active member of the ISU chapter of FarmHouse Fraternity. This year's winner is Matthew Cup for a scholarship amount of $1,500. Next is the J.C. Holbrook Memorial Scholarship. Same criteria, applicants must be enrolled in their third semester at ISU and an active member of the ISU chapter of FarmHouse Fraternity. This scholarship is through the FarmHouse Foundation. For a scholarship amount of $2,500, also Matthew Cup. Yeah, for this next one, this is the Taylor and Aaron Williams Memorial Scholarship. The Taylor and Williams Memorial Scholarship is made in loyal memory of our brother Taylor and Aaron Williams. This recipient must be an initiated member of FarmHouse Fraternity, enrolled in the College of Engineering. Sorry, guys. I knew Taylor. He was the classiest guy I knew. So thank you for your guys' donation. Thank you very much. So this year we're able to award an amount of $5,000, and this member is John Titus Barnett. The Gaylord and Helen Wilson Scholarship. Applicants must be seeking a degree in the College of Agriculture and Life Science. Applicants must be enrolled in at least their third semester at ISU and be an active member of FarmHouse Fraternity. Applicants must demonstrate good scholarship and leadership potential in the career of agriculture or related field. The scholarship fund is held at FarmHouse Foundation. This year's winner is Gregory Pika for $1,000. Next up is the Lloyd Bettis Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to new members or members in good standing with FarmHouse Fraternity. Selection is based on academic achievement, leadership within FarmHouse, and activities, and leadership on campus and community. This year's scholarship amount is for $2,000, and it's to North Canard. Hopefully that gets swept away. Next scholarship is the Thomas and Georgia M. Vincent Scholarship. The purpose of this scholarship is to provide an annual scholarship to a member with junior classification for the Iowa State chapter of FarmHouse Fraternity. Someone who has exhibited the most significant growth in character as defined by the fraternity's fourfold development. Should be a must have a GPA of 3.0 and above, and she'll maintain satisfactory behavior and progress in the Brotherhood of the Farmhouse Fraternity. The scholarship with an amount of $1,000. This year's is Nathan Frank.
I don't like mics. Our next scholarship is the Carl F. Hertz Scholarship. Applicants must be seeking a degree in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. They must be enrolled in at least their third semester at ISU and be an active member of Farmhouse. The scholarship fund is held at the FarmHouse Foundation in the amount of $2,500. This scholarship this year will go to Ben Hollis. The Iowa Farmhouse Memorial Scholarship. The Iowa Farmhouse Memorial Association established a scholarship to honor Farmhouse brothers. Chapter members with fall semester GPA above the chapter fall semester average are eligible for the scholarship. Selection is based on the commitment to the fourfold development. It's also held by the Farmhouse Foundation. In the amount of $1,500, this year's winner is Jacob Moberly. All right, next we have the Lloyd A. and Catherine Bettis Farmhouse Fraternity Scholarship. Awarded to new members or members in good standing of the Farmhouse Fraternity. Selection is based off of academic achievement, financial need. This one is held at the ISU Foundation in the amount of $1,500. This year's recipient is Brock Elbert. All right, the next scholarship, the Gary F. Ravy Scholarship. The purpose of this scholarship is to provide annually to student members of the Iowa State University Farmhouse Fraternity. One scholarship for a freshman, one for a sophomore, one for a junior. Recipients are selected based on academic achievement, financial need, campus participation, leadership in the chapter. In addition, a recipient must meet basic standards of integrity, ethics, initiative, and industry conducive to ongoing leadership and career potential to service to others. This year's Ravy scholarships, $1,500 each. The first is Adam Wolf. All right, our next winner is Joseph Steigerwald. And finally, Max Carter.
Next one.
All right, our next scholarship is the Mary Claire M.C. Moorfield Scholarship. Mary Claire was house mom for many years, and we hold her very near and dear to our hearts. It was originally established by Mary Claire. The purpose is to provide an annual academic scholarship to one undergraduate student member of the ISU chapter Farmhouse. The recipient will exemplify the Farmhouse object, demonstrate strong involvement, and considered to be a builder of men. The recipient shall have a cumulative grade point average above or equal to 3.0 and display strong evidence of community, chapter, and campus leadership. The recipient will be selected on the basis of having demonstrated gentlemanly conduct, exemplary integrity, ethics, passion, and respect for Farmhouse, as well as service to others. This scholarship is administered by the FarmHouse Foundation in the amount of $1,000. Brendan Matz. All right, our next scholarship, the C. Richard and Louise J. Connell Scholarship. The scholarship fund was established by C. Richard Connell's Iowa 1949 in memory of the late Louise J. Connell. In the honor of C. Richard Connell's membership and involvement in the Iowa State Farmhouse chapter, the recipient will exemplify the farmhouse object and be considered a builder of men. This year's scholarship in the amount of $500 is for Henry Nelson.
Yeah, Dick.
I guess I'm up. So the next scholarship is the Tobin and Hackney Family Scholarship. The purpose is to provide a scholarship annually to a student leader, the Iowa State University chapter Farmhouse Fraternity, who exemplifies the farmhouse object and builders of men. The recipients will be selected based on academic achievement, exemplary integrity, ethics, initiative, and industry conducive to ongoing leadership, career potential, and service to others. The scholarship is administered by the FH Foundation and is made possible by gifts from Jim Tobin and Virginia Pittman. The scholarship amount for $2,000 and it will be awarded to Ben Baker Least. Scholarship. The purpose of this scholarship is to recognize and reward outstanding men of the Iowa State University chapter Farmhouse International Fraternity who aspire to establish or have established their own business and or are active in Iowa State University's entrepreneur courses and programs with the intention to have future career as an entrepreneur. Scholarship amount of $1,000 to Owen Jenks. Farmhouse Fraternity Scholarship Fund. The scholarship is open to all active Farmhouse chapter members. Selection is made by the chapter advisors and is based on demonstration of leadership, integrity, and dedication to fourfold development. An award of $1,500 to Colby Rucker. Next, we get into our study abroad scholarships. First being the Iowa Farmhouse Magellan Study Abroad Scholarship. The scholarship is open to all active Farmhouse chapter members. Applicants must participate in academic study abroad programs administered by Iowa State University. The intent of the scholarship is to support the expenses associated with study abroad. The scholarship fund is held at Farmhouse Foundation. Riley Smith, Jess Phelps, and Clint Foss established this fund. This award will be made at the time of the study abroad. For $2,000, the award goes to Dalton Kale. So then the Lynn and Marilyn Benson Study Abroad Scholarship. The scholarship is open to all active Farmhouse men and or female students who are legacies of alumni members of the Iowa State Chapter Farmhouse Fraternity. Applicants must participate in academic study abroad programs administered by Iowa State University. This scholarship is for $800, also to Dalton Keel. Then a new scholarship for this year, Dr. Owen Newland Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship is open to all active Farmhouse chapter members. Applicants must be participants in academic study abroad programs administered by an accredited college or university outside of the United States and Canada. The intent of this scholarship is to support the expenses associated with study abroad. These include travel expenses to and from a country related to the study or the student travel experience or study abroad, tuition and fees conducted with being enrolled in an accredited college or university while studying in a foreign country, and living expenses while studying in a foreign country. The fund was initiated by brothers wishing to honor the memory of Dr. Newland. This award will be made at the time of the study abroad. For $2,000, the award goes to Jed Weiss. Then the Ron North Freshman Scholarship. The recipients of the Iowa Farmhouse Ron North Freshman Scholarship should remain in high scholarship and dedicated to leadership and service to Farmhouse, Iowa State University, and the community at large. An ideal applicant should have a commitment to advance the object of our fraternity. To be eligible for this award, members must be in their first year of undergraduate studies and must have earned a GPA at least equal to the chapter average in the previous semester. Scholarship amount of $2,250 to Gregory Kapika.
Next is the presentation of Eugene and Linda Boyd's Scholarship for Excellence. Linda, would you like? This scholarship award is available from the Eugene and Linda Lloyd Iowa State Farmhouse Educational Excellence Endowment Fund, which was established by a gift from Linda Lloyd. Eugene was a 1947 initiative to this fraternity. The scholarship is intended to recognize and reward excellence as a farmhouse student. The scholarship is available to all undergraduate members who are initiated in farmhouse fraternity and enrolled at Iowa State. Recipients must have a cumulative grade point average above the chapter's average and carry a course schedule typical for their classification. Selection is based on documented academic achievement, exemplary integrity, ethics, initiative, and industry conducive to ongoing leadership, career potential, and service to others. This year, we were able to award 7 separate awards in the amount of $5,500. Our first member is Ryan Harris. Our second award goes to Christopher Shell. That goes to Colton Moore. Our fourth award goes to Jake Stetzel. Next award goes to Abe Chapman. Our next award goes to Christopher Meyer. And our last award goes to, I don't believe he's here, but Sam lastly, we had some additional scholarships given by the board. So the association board of the out-of-state chapter of FarmHouse Fraternity has approved some additional scholarships using funds from the building loan endowment. The board is pleased to recognize these members who have demonstrated strong academic achievement as well as significant leadership involvement within FarmHouse and on campus. We're giving 4 separate awards in the amount of $500. The first goes to Colby Rickner. The second goes to Brock Humbert. The next goes to Josh Markman. And the last goes to Ian Stravers. The next 3, the last 3 awards, they're actually selected. Well, they are kind of held through the out-of-state college bag, where we help assist in the selection process for those. So the first one is the Fox Scholarship, in the amount of $1,400. The recipient this year goes to Colton Moore. The next is the member of our friend CJ Gogger, CJ Gogger Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. This year's recipient is Christopher Meyer. And lastly, the Benson Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. This year's recipient is Gabe Steele. So I think that about wraps it up for scholarships. Once again, I anticipate even more money given out next year. And thank you for all those who donate and contribute to those funds, and just a round of applause for all of them. Next up, we'll have Joe Waters with the presentation of the John Award.
The Donor Award is it's a very special award. It's given to an outstanding senior who's been nominated by his peers. There's only one Donor Award per chapter per year, and it's quite an honor. The Donor Award was established in 1947 by founder D. Howard Doan. The Donor Award is given to the outstanding senior of each chapter who is considered by his peers to have contributed the most to his chapter and to his brothers. This is the only international award given to individual chapter members. The purpose of the Donor Award is to recognize appropriately those farmhouse men who by their deeds put living with the reality in FarmHouse's major objective. Quote by D. Howard Doan. Monuments are built throughout our land to honor those who have, under stress of war and heat of battle, offered their lives to help and save others. In contrast, this plaque will find a modest place in the corner of a room in a fraternity house. On it, the names of those men who have offered something of themselves to help others along with the quiet paths of everyday living will be engraved. It will never become a monument to public heroes, but it will record the same spirit and motives that make heroes. Each senior is considered by his peers on the following qualifications: influence for good, moral and religious conduct, sacrifices, honesty, conduct of business affairs, scholarship and activities. This year's Star Award winner has embraced all of these qualities. He served in leadership positions within the House, as Secretary and Social Chair. He's always willing and never too busy to lend a helping hand and to step up when something needs to be done. All of his peers mentioned his kindness and positive attitude. His dedication and excellence in Farmhouse's fourfold development resounded throughout his peers' recommendations. I'd like you all to help me congratulate this year's Stone Award winner, Colin Johnson.
Thank you. Thanks. I really appreciate this. It's an awesome award to be given. Thank you to the chapter for recognizing me as somebody who's deserving of this award, because I can think of 3 other seniors and multiple other guys who are deserving of this award. Luke Field has led this house through really tough times the past few years. This chapter has faced some hardships, and he did an extremely well job of leading us through that. Josh Markman has been somebody who's an everyday leader, willing to call guys out when other guys won't. And sometimes I just like that trait. And Todd Boltine has been somebody who has, honestly, I can say he's brought great meaning into the lives of younger guys and everybody, myself included, spiritually and relationally. He's just been a fantastic leader. So these 3 guys, I've looked up to them, honestly, and other guys as well in the house. So I can't say thank you enough to the chapter and to those 3 guys that I just mentioned, because they are just as deserving of this award. Another thing this award shows me is that, sometimes I think, what is it that young guys look up to me for? What do I do right that I'm not recognizing myself? Clearly I'm doing something right. so it's an honor to be recognized by you all as a leader, and like I said, somebody who's deserving of this award. So what it's taught me is that somebody is always watching. There's never a time, you can't get away with saying anything and doing anything that nobody's watching. You always have to expect that eyes are on you, because they always are. You're not going to get away with as much as you think you will behind closed doors, whatever it may be. Somebody's always watching you. So every bad decision you make, a freshman's looking at you thinking, oh, that's okay, but I've made a lot of those stupid mistakes in my time. So I'm not wishing anything's too bad. But I'm glad I've done things right, as well as I can anyway, as well as you guys can recognize me for that. So thanks again to the chapter, thanks again to the association board, and thanks again to everybody for being here. So thank you.
Just going to say a big last thank you to everyone who helped make Founders Day possible this year. Really couldn't have happened without so many other people's help. Just want to shout out, especially the Moms Club who helped with the dinner today. Amy Rempe, Denise Hansen, and Sarah Markman. Thank you so much for your help. Especially thank you Especially big thank you to Jamie Hewitt, our house mom, for assisting in every little detail of the day. Her hand was all over it, so thank you to you too. Also got to recognize all the scholarship donors. Really, you guys helped so many farmhousemen continue to pursue excellence in the classroom and in our lives. So thank you for your contributions too. Thank you to Matt, the association board, all the advisors. Thank you for your wisdom and time and generosity over the years too. So one last round of applause for them. Lastly, as celebrate FarmHouse's birthday, we also want to recognize anyone else who has had a birthday nearby, but especially want to recognize LaRue Clark for her 93rd birthday this week. As the man of FarmHouse, Matthew alluded to earlier, we like to serenade from time to time. So, men of FarmHouse, let's sing Happy Birthday. Then we'll follow that with another serenade song that alumni you might know a little better. Run Around Sue. And we'll end it with the Bells of Iowa State. We'll practice that for homecoming next year. So, yeah. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lou. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. You are such a wonderful, wonderful group, and I love you all.
Here's my story, it's sad but true.
Whoa, it's about a girl that I want to.
Whoa,
She took my love and she went around.
whoa,
With every farmhouse guy in town.
I guess you live with the very side. Next to live with a broken heart. Next to your crack, you said, keep away from runaround soup. Next to live with a smile on face. Next to the heads, girls from race. Next to your crack, you said, keep away from runaround soup. Whoa, she likes to travel around, yeah, she likes to put you down. People want to set you wise. She goes out the right, knows her God knows. The love of love still grows. Asking for that she would do say, keep away from runaround soup. She likes to travel around, yeah, she likes to put you down. People want to set you wise. She goes out the right, knows her God knows. The love of love still grows. Asking for that she would do say, keep away from runaround soup. Runaround soup.
All right, so yeah, like Dave said before, something that we want to start doing at our homecoming annual meeting is singing the Bells of Iowa State together. Awesome. Iowa State tradition that honestly too many of the current students at Iowa State don't know, and so we're super blessed to have our alumni and especially Jamie to get on our back to learn it. And so we want to sing it every year at homecoming, and no, today's not homecoming, but we can practice so we sound great in the fall. So gonna sing. We would love for you guys to sing along with us. And yeah, we'll get ready to sing it in a few months.
Jeff Johnson would be proud of you guys.
For thy throne and for crown of golden melody, in the hearts of all who bring thee love and loyalty. Hear our spirits pray. True and valiant, like the bells of Zion, say.